This video is actually a response to Aktive07, and I know that I usually make my video responses on my second channel, but this video is about movies, so I figured I'd post it here. Now, I fully understand that there is a big difference between a movie trilogy and a movie that happens to have 2 sequels. But I wanted 10 things on my list, so here are my top 10 favorite movie trilogies and movies that have 2 sequels. Oh, and several of the movie trilogies that I'm going to talk about were also listed in Aktive07's video, so I can't really help it if we have similar tastes in certain movies. So let's start with Pirates of the Caribbean. I love the first one. Great movie. Second and third, not as great, but I did enjoy them. I actually only have the first one on DVD. And Pirates of the Caribbean is only going to be a trilogy for a little bit longer because, as you may or may not know, they are making a 4th Pirates of the Caribbean entitled On Stranger Tides. Next would be Spider-Man and its 2 sequels, which I'm not really sure if you would consider it a trilogy or just a movie with 2 sequels, but I did love the first 2 Spider-Man a lot. The third one, however, sucked. My next favorite trilogy is the Back to the Future trilogy, which I unfortunately do not have, but I absolutely love all 3 of them. I like the first one the best, but the other 2 are really, really good. My next favorite trilogy I don't have on DVD either, and that would be Rush Hour and its 2 sequels. I absolutely love Rush Hour 1 and 2. The third one, not so much, but it was okay. So, the Rush Hour trilogy. Another one of my favorite trilogies would be Jurassic Park, which is also another doomed trilogy because they are making a 4th one, so in the future it's not going to be a trilogy anymore. I love the first 2, the third one, yet again, not so much. I didn't really have any problems with Jurassic Park 3, I just didn't find it as good as the first 2. And one of my favorite guilty pleasure trilogies would be the Austin Powers series. I hate to admit it, but I love those movies. Now, my next favorite trilogy actually claims and declares that it is a trilogy within the movie, and that would be the Scream trilogy. Now, Scream 4 is in pre-production, however, I believe that they are claiming that this is going to be part 1 of a new Scream trilogy, so eventually Scream might actually be divided up in 2 separate trilogies, kind of like Star Wars is. And I don't care what anyone says, I love Scream 1, 2, and 3. I love the first one the best, and actually the third one the second best. The second one was okay, but I really like Scream 1 and Scream 3. I thought those were really good movies. Speaking of Star Wars, next on my list is the original Star Wars trilogy. Now, Aktive07 said in his video that a lot of people might not actually consider Star Wars a trilogy anymore because there are 6 movies. Now, if you can even stomach to call the prequel saga Star Wars, then you should come to the understanding that Star Wars is actually 2 trilogies. One storyline here, the prequels, I guess there was a storyline in those, I'm not really sure. Looked like a bunch of special effects to me. But I guess there's an overall story for those, but yeah. Pretty much what I'm saying is that the old Star Wars is still considered a trilogy because it is one singular story contained in 3 movies. My next favorite film trilogy is The Matrix. I love all 3 of the movies, it's just that the first one totally absolutely owns both of the other 2 by over 9,000. And my last favorite movie trilogy is, in my opinion, the best example of a movie trilogy. And if you haven't guessed it, you should know I'm talking about the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Originally written as a single book and later divided into 3 parts, these movies were actually filmed together almost as if they were one movie. I can pick up these movies and watch them at pretty much any point in time, and they never get old. And honestly, I don't have a favorite out of these 3 movies because to me, it's just one big long movie cut up into 3 parts. So that's my list of my 10 favorite film trilogies. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sure I missed lots of good trilogies that are out there that I either didn't think of or just haven't seen. Leave me a comment below letting me know what your favorite film trilogy is, and I guess check out Aktive07's original video that this is a response to, unless you found this video from Aktive07's original video, in which case please check out my channel and, you know, subscribe and stuff. I'll see you guys later.